Hey gang, GMapper14 here, and this is Tech News Weekly, episode 4. This is actually on schedule versus Tech News Weekly, episode 4. Wait, did I say 4? This is 5. Whatever. 4 came out late. I apologize for that. You should go watch it. I have a guest host who sits next to me, and it's just awesome. Alan Joseph, the guy who does all the sponsoring for this, these shows on my channel, was the guest host, and we just had an awesome time, and hopefully he's able to come back and do it again. So anyways, look for that on my channel. And anyways, let's get to it. This is episode 5 of Tech News Weekly. We got some fun topics to cover today. Let me look at my list of stuff. Dropbox announced a competitor to Google Drive's cooperative document editing. So you know how on Google Drive you can have multiple people editing a document where you can like comment on it at the same time, you can see live edits of what one person is doing. It's a really great way for multiple people to work on a document together. Dropbox, who hasn't really changed a whole lot of stuff in the past year, has decided to jump forward and just go get them. So they announced Paper today, is what it's called, Paper. Dropbox Paper. And what it is it's a cooperative document editing program on their website. It's really clean looking and looks awesome. I really enjoy the looks and design of it just in general. I don't know how successful they will be because Google Drive has, even people I wouldn't expect to be a Google Drive user use it for the document editing, for the cooperative part of it. So we'll see if Dropbox can take over that space. They're still really popular for being something that no one, it's harder to get free space. All these other companies are joining now, and Dropbox is still really strong in the game. So we'll see if this helps push them a little farther in those respects. So I'm looking forward to using Dropbox Paper. Next up is Apple announced the new trackpad, keyboard, and Magic Mouse. So these products have been stale for a while. The trackpad that my dad has with his iMac, which we've had for like 5 years now, is the same one you get with a new iMac. Well, that all changed this week because now they have a new trackpad, a new wireless keyboard, and a new Magic Mouse. I just repeated that, but whatever. So one of the biggest changes is, besides the design, which if you have the old trackpad or old keyboard, you kind of have the slant, and then it's open below. Now it's more of a solid piece. So instead of when you press down on the trackpad, you might feel it bending, and even with ours, it's kind of warped. You won't have that anymore. It's more of like a wedge piece. But the biggest change besides the design is rechargeable power, which is amazing. I can't tell you how many times it's been so annoying. You just turn on your computer and the trackpad won't sync automatically because the battery's so close to dying that even if you press it a bunch of times, it won't sync. Or the keyboard, same thing. The batteries, having to change them is just a pain. It's just so annoying. But now that's a thing of the past because with a lightning cable, you can charge these devices. So awesome. I'm fairly sure that the same charging cable you use for your iPhone, the new recent iPhones and iPod Touches and all that stuff, is the same one you'll be using to recharge these devices. So you won't even have to buy extra cables if you lose one. It's really nice. So I am looking forward to that. Of course, it's going to cost a little bit of money because it's an Apple product, but I think it's a worthy upgrade, especially considering how old the trackpad and keyboard and everything were. That's the tech news for this video. Let's get into something a little less techy. If you haven't noticed in my videos, I do like to talk about tech news, but I also reserve some space at the end for something more entertainment related, kind of, just because I like talking about that kind of stuff. I had a great discussion about James Bond with Alan Joseph when he was here, so make sure to check that out, like I said. But let's get into what this special entertainment is today. I have 2 different things I want to look at. One is another Disney movie. If you remember me complaining about the horrible idea to make a Mary Poppins sequel, I just complained about how junk that is. Well, Disney has decided to keep going with making reboots and movies that people aren't asking for, and this new movie is about what? Cruella de Vil. Why? Okay, So, Cruella de Vil, a lady who wants to skin Dalmatians for their fur to make a coat. That's an old movie, so I guess they could get away with something violent like that back then, but I don't think you would expect a villain in a modern Disney movie to do something like that. yes, it's going to be live action with real people, this new Cruella de Vil movie, and maybe that'll give them the leniency to make something a little more violent, but I feel like kids are going to want to go to this movie because it says Disney, and Disney's going to have to change Cruella de Vil's dog skinning thing, which in theory would change everything about the Dalmatians because that's her like main motivation. What are they going to change it to? She just doesn't like the dogs or something? It's weird. I just don't know where they're going to go with that. First off, I hate the idea of any Disney movie from the past being like, oh, let's make it with real people now. I think there's only like one or two I've mentioned I like, The Jungle Book, and I think that's it, actually. So, come on, Disney. Really? We don't need Cruella de Vil and just changing her origin story, most likely. Oh, well. That's a Disney for you. The last thing I want to talk about, which is not tech-related per se, is about Legos. I played with Legos as a kid forever. I just love playing them. Even up to I was the age 16, 17, I was playing with Legos because they're just so much fun. You know, even adults still play with them. And if I was living back at home where all my Legos were, I would definitely be playing with them. And just, they're so much fun. Anyways, Lego announced a new product line for their Lego company. It's called Lego Future Nights. I'm looking forward to this. And it's Knights with a K, so it's talking about like the knights with swords and dragons and stuff. But the really cool thing about this is that these Lego's Future Knights are going to be like horses with like hovering underneath, so it's like a hover horse. That sounds awesome. And like there's going to be like castles with like more futuristic technology and just shields with like laser beams on them. So it's like so cool. I'm looking forward to this. It's something like when you play Legos as a kid, you think of that already. And I really like that Lego's been doing that. The Lego movie, which came out last year, was it last year? I think it was. But what I liked about the Lego movie was it was just so cool how you watch it and you're like, whoa, that's how I played Legos when I was a kid. Exactly. So Lego is, I guess, pushing forward with that like something, oh, kids who got the Lego Knight sets or with horses probably like upgraded them, made them really cool and stuff. So now they're making a set of that. Of course, it's going to probably be overpriced in the sense. I mean, it's like $30 for a box of a guy and a horse nowadays, but whatever. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be pretty cool. Lego did have a Knights type thing. They've had lots of medieval sets, but they did have a Knights one. It was like the Bionicles kind of. I forget the name of it. Medieval something, I don't know. But that was lots of fun to play with as a kid too. Anything Lego I really liked, especially the older stuff. I just liked it so much. Especially when it became more over branded, you know, nowadays, like Pirates of the Caribbean sets. I didn't really know. I didn't need that. But I'm looking forward to Lego Future Nights. Should be pretty cool because Knights in the future and Legos, it's like win, win, and win. Anyways, that has been the tech news for this week. If you haven't noticed, starting with episode 4, my Tech News Weekly, the titles are kind of long because I try to put all the information or like all the topics I go over in the video. And so it's Tech News Weekly, episode 4, yada, 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 all the products I talked about. And those were long titles, so I decided to shorten it. So now it's TNW, Tech News Weekly. So I just had the TNW number of number 4, and then the title. So if it's confusing, let me know. I'll change it back the other way. I just think it's a lot simpler. I may do that with Let's Get Classy too because it's just a lot easier for you guys to, instead of reading this long title with the title of the episodes and everything. So I'm going to change that hopefully so you guys can look forward to that. Anyways, I think that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned some new stuff you might not have heard otherwise. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Check out the sponsor from Alan Joseph Designs. And if you like something you see in that video or want to know more, there's a link in the description to Alan Joseph Designs. Go to the website, buy something, use the code GMAPPER14 so he can send me more money so I can sit around and read the news all day. Anyways, check out the sponsor.